Frisco police say a detective has resigned for his sexual conduct with witnesses and victims in cases he was investigating. Fox 4's Natalie Solis is at the Frisco police headquarters with the details. Natalie.
Steve, Frisco police tell me that they learned of Scott Greer's inappropriate behavior in early May from the Texas Rangers as they were investigating a murder case. And that is what kicked off the investigation, the internal investigation here at Frisco PD.
42-year-old Scott Greer resigned May 5th at the rank of detective from Frisco PD after nearly 7 years on the force. His abrupt departure just 4 days after his department got a call from the Texas Rangers about nude photos between Greer and Nicole Ledger. Greer was investigating Ledger's claims of being raped. She was later murdered, allegedly, by her former fiancé.
This is really a kick in the stomach for us. This is something that we take personal.
Frisco police immediately launched an investigation, combing through 170 of Greer's cases from July 2011 till August 2013. They say there were a handful of instances where Greer had inappropriate communication with a victim or witness, and in 3 of those cases, sexual relationships. Defense attorney Pete Schulte not involved in any of Greer's cases.
It's synonymous with the educator-student, maybe 2 consenting adults, but the educator, just by their position, is going to exert some power over the student. It's the same thing with a police officer.
The allegations public after Greer was called to testify in the capital murder trial of Jackie Scott Garrett, accused of murdering his toddler son in 2011. The defense called Greer to the stand, asking pointed questions about his interactions with people involved in his investigations.
And instead of looking at the facts of the case, which is what we want juries to do, they're going to be wondering what was the motivation by the detective behind the case versus what are the true facts.
We knocked on Greer's door. Initially, no answer. As we were about to leave, he came out and said no comment. Asked if he'd sought legal counsel, he said no, I don't need it. Greer isn't facing any charges.
At this time, we've been provided no information that led us into any type of criminal allegations.
Well, police tell me that Greer's interactions, those relationships, all appear to have been between 2 consenting adults. So while it may be against their professional code of conduct, it is not against the law. Now, attorney Pete Schulte does point out that if any women do come forward from Greer's cases and they say that he made unwanted advances toward them, then that could be considered official oppression or harassment, and that would be a chargeable offense. Steve?
But Natalie, in a broader picture, this can be a case of being just a mess for cases he worked on if they go to trial. I imagine defense attorneys will want to subpoena him and question him about his integrity. Do we know what's the status of his cases that he used to work on?
Right. Well, that's definitely a big concern. And as a matter of fact, late this afternoon, we did find out that in that trial where Greer was called to testify and the prosecutor asked very pointed questions, basically calling into question his integrity as a detective, in that case, prosecutors were able to get a guilty verdict. So, and that, of course, is what they were hoping for. So, moving forward, hopefully that means it isn't going to play a huge role in trying to prosecute these cases. But Frisco police officers did tell me here that, it's a big concern, and as soon as they identified which cases there may have been some inappropriate conduct, they let the DA's office know immediately which cases those were, so that way they could be prepared when they took them to trial. Steve?
All right, we'll see. All right, Natalie Solis, thank you. Live in Frisco.